Hi there, I'm Puneet Sikka. Welcome to Arteree. I'm with Nikhil D'Souza and he's singing This Is Not Goodbye for us.
I'm trying to pretend I don't care, trying to accept this is fair. Love ain't easy, life is hard. Is this the end or is the start of something new? I'm trying to believe the sky is blue, so lift the shadow of the doubt. You let me in, don't let me out. I'm trying to pretend I won't miss you. Maybe it's too late or too soon to wonder if, to wonder why. Maybe this is not good. Bye.
Thank you, Nikhil. That was very soulful. I want to know when you're writing a song, what is it that, I mean, it's a process really, which is different for every artist, you know.
Right, yeah.
How do you set about writing your songs? Or is it that you compose them first? Is there an order
Well-
to that?
Well, I write songs. I mean, I have different techniques of writing, but most of the time, what I find is, you know, a really good melody is just going to pop into my head. Okay, and I will write the first thing that comes to mind, the words that actually phrase nicely within that melody. Then what happens is I start building the song around that. Now that melody could be either the chorus of the song, the hook, or it could be a verse melody. But then when the rest of the song starts to take shape, it makes sense, and you start feeling it later in the song. At least for me, it's like I will go back to my lyrics book and I will see what are the lyrics that make the most sense with this phrase that I've come up with, and put them in there and maybe change them around a bit. But it is towards the end of the song and when I'm singing it out that it starts to really make sense and I start to feel something with it. So that's one way. That's mostly like 90% of the songs that I've written have been done that way. The other way is when I just write out a bunch of lyrics and put a tune to it. But that's rare. Like I've done that a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you first go by the melody, I believe.
It's mostly the melody because I'm mostly a melody person. Like for me, the melody hits me first, and then if I really
And then
like
you
it,
fill it in with words.
yeah, then I'm listening to the words as well, and then if they both go really well together, then I'm hooked.
Right.
So for me, that's how it is.
In terms of when you set out, like I know you said you work with the melody first, but in terms of looking at your choreograph, or aiming for something that you want, when you see it from a broad perspective, do you see it as something that you want to do as goals which you want to accomplish, or do you think, or do you just go by as you're feeling momentarily at that point of time? How does it work?
Well, I could make whatever plans and whatever settings and things I want to do, but then I look now at where I was like 3 years before, 5 years ago, and I'm in a completely different place from where I imagined I would be. So the thing about making a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan and saying that hey, this is what I'm, aiming for. This is what I'm going to do. Life just throws a complete like curve at you sometimes, and you have to improvise and you have to leave those plans behind. So you've got to be ready to do that.
Yeah.
I can understand working in a bank is, in 5 years I want to be manager or something. Easy to say that. But with me, it's more like 5 years from now, I want to have a couple of albums, like albums that I'm really proud of, genuinely proud of, that I can listen to. I want to also I don't want to be living out of, like someone else's house or something. I want to make enough to be happy. That's it. So yeah.
To get the balance between the financial and the,
the satisfaction.
The satisfaction of creating music.
Yeah.
Right. How do you see, you've been a musician for a while professionally. How do you see your music has evolved with time?
Well, I think early on, lyrically I was a lot more metaphorical. And it didn't matter to me sometimes whether people understood it or not, because it made sense to me. It was like, going on with, playing these songs and then learning from other songwriters, that I kind of figured that when you're playing to an audience, you can't alienate them.
Yeah.
They need to really understand where you're coming from. And if you get too metaphorical and you get too personal and they don't understand what that is, they'll give you some time and then they'll switch off. So you need to kind of be able to communicate better what you're trying to say. So that's why I learned from co-writing, with a couple of people in the US who've done that. It's not about just, simplifying things too much or whatever. It's about a certain way of writing, and it's a certain articulation, and you got to understand that someone's going to listen to your song for the first time, and you want them to know what you're saying. So I think I've evolved that way a bit more.
Yeah. So thanks, Nikhil. I really look forward to hearing more from you, and I hope you find that sweet balance between the financial security and living in your own house.
Yeah,
and
like a palace,
also,
like a palace,
like
or a mansion.
palace. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And creating music that you love too.
Right. Thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank you.